Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mindful Monday, the first Mindful Monday of 2021. I have so many ideas for this practice. I'm going to have to rein it in. So I hope you had a great new year. And yeah, so here we are, starting fresh. Yeah, it's a good thing. I thought we would start in a heart opener. And so if you have a blanket or a block, and if this is your very first Mindful Monday, welcome. I should have said that. Some people might be new. You might, if you have yoga blocks, you might use them. We also sometimes use a strap. We always pretty much use a blanket or a towel. So if you have your blanket or your towel, sorry, everything's blowing away, take it and fold it up so it resembles something like this. So this is a blanket folded in quarters, and then we're going to roll it up. So take it, if you have a traditional yoga blanket, take your tassels and roll them inward so they're not going to bug you. And then make yourself a nice little roll and place it on your mat like so. Smooth out any wrinkles. And then we're going to come on down, Bob Barker style, and then just lower down. So your hips are right at the base of this roll. And just lower down so that hopefully your head is on the end. So if you're super tall, you might have to scooch down a little bit. And then extend your legs long, bring your arms out wide, and then just let your shoulders wrap around this roll. So it's a nice heart opener. I hear Sophie coming up to have a little drink of water, so you might hear that. And then once you get settled in, you might wiggle wobble a little bit. Just let your legs splay out. Let your palms rest on the floor, face up. And then if you're comfortable, close your eyes. We'll let Sophie finish drinking. And then just settle in here. Allow your breath to just flow in and out naturally. Notice how that is for you this morning. It might take you a moment to adjust to this pose. Sophie's taking a nice long drink of water, which is good. Hydration, that's one of my resolutions for 2021, hydration. And then we'll begin by noticing our external stimuli. So there's the sounds in your space. There is the temperature of the air. Notice that. Notice if your puppy comes to lick your leg. Hi, Sophie. Nice to see you. And just notice. Hi. You want to do some yoga? Okay. Okay. Relax. There we go. Okay, see ya. All right. Maybe a little smile is curling on your lips. That's a good thing in 2021. And as we settle in, just acknowledging what is, just begin to invite in a deeper breath. So soften that belly. Fill up the belly, the ribs. And think of filling up all the way to your throat. So you're even filling up the lungs and even going past the lungs. Just imagining you're filling up completely. And then let your lips close and breathe out slowly through your nose. Just a slow exhalation, releasing all the air. And then begin again. Nice full inhalation. And a long, full exhalation. Good. Filling up again. And then the goal with the exhalation is to extend it so that it's longer than the inhalation. Continue just deepening your breath, maybe softening the shoulders even more, opening up that heart. Maybe softening the face, the jaw. Good. We'll take a few more breaths here. You might not feel like you're doing much, but you are actually counteracting any hunching, any forward slouching that we tend to do. So we're starting off this new year right with a nice open heart. Good. Let's take one more big breath together, filling up completely, biggest breath. And longest, slowest exhalation you can muster, releasing completely all of that air. And then just bend one knee, roll to one side, remove your roll and come back down to your back. And just let your spine neutralize here. And just notice, you might have a little more expansiveness in the chest, shoulders might be a little more released, open. And then as you're ready, we're going to take the right knee into the chest. And let's take some ankle circles with the right foot. Just going in one direction and then switching. Nice. And then send that leg up toward the ceiling and flex your toes towards your face, holding on to your calf or your pant leg, and then point your toe toward the ceiling. Good. This next time, inhale as you flex, and then exhale as you point. And take one more. And then inhale, flex. And exhale, point and lower that right leg down to the floor. Relax it down. Just notice, might be a little difference already in the right and the left leg. So let's hug the left knee into the chest. Take those ankle circles, acknowledging any sounds that happen when you circle your ankle out. One of my ankles cracks and pops more than the other. Switch directions. Good. And then send that left leg up to the sky. Inhale as you flex, and exhale as you point. Notice if you're stressing out about this right leg, see if you can soften in the right leg as you just take your ankle forward and back, moving with your breath. Let's take one more. Inhale, flex deeply. And exhale, point, and then slowly lower down. We're going to reach up, point your toes, reach your arms long, get really long, even arch your back just a little bit. Take a full breath in. And on your exhalation, bring your knees in, hug them in, give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side. Good. And then we're going to take our hands behind our fingertips to the back of our head. And then extend the right leg long, point your toes, and take your right elbow over to your left knee. Just some slow bicycles here, just to wake up a little bit. We'll switch sides. Take your left elbow to your right knee. I don't know if I said that right. Right knee, extend your left leg. Good. Let's take a few more here. Getting those abs all woke up. Good. Go to the right, and then we'll head to the left, then we'll end on the right, and then release your head, neck, and shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. One more hug. And then let's take some knee circles. Since we're down here, let's draw some circles with our knees on our ceiling. Let the lower back get a little free massage. And then switch directions. Good. And then hug your knees in. Two choices. You can roll to one side and use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a seat. Or if you really enjoy this, as I do, you can start some little rocks forward and back. Maybe take a few more than usual because it's a whole new year. And then we'll come up to a comfortable seat. Good. So if your blanket is still rolled up, that'll make a nice little perch for you. So take your hips atop your blanket just to give your hips a little lift, and notice how that just supports you. So we use our props to support us as much as possible because it's a really good practice to use any support that we have in life and in yoga. So sit up nice and tall. Take your shoulders and draw them up to your ears, and then take a big exhalation as you let them just release down and back. And take two more. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, loop them back. Good. Take one more. And exhale, lower them down. Good. Bring your hands to the fronts of your legs. Just give yourself a little something to hold on to. Draw your chin down to your chest and draw your belly into your spine, and lean back slightly as you draw your shoulders forward. And then on your inhale, we're going to shine. Lift your gaze, draw your shoulders back. Good. Exhale, round. Some seated cat-cows warming up the spine. Good. Excellent. Let's take one more each direction. So in yoga, we want to move the spine in 6 directions, forward and back. You'll notice we try to hit them all, every class. Forward and back, side to side. And then we take our twist also. So let's take an inhale, reach up and look up. Let your palms touch. And then take your side stretch over to one side. Arm reaches overhead. Maybe your gaze looks in the opposite direction. Doesn't matter which way. Inhale, reach up and look up. Let your palms touch and lean over to the other side. Look in the opposite direction. Good. Inhale, reach up and look up. Let's take 2 more each side, just moving with your breath. Excellent. On this next one, reach up and look up. Get yourself really long. Look up at your fingertips and then draw your palms together. Draw them right on down into your heart center. Take a moment to pause. Close your eyes. Let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. So in Anjali Mudra, this mudra of the angels, prayer pose, just take a moment to consider an intention for your practice. Take a big breath in to seal that intention. Open up your eyes and open up your arms. Get really wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. See if you can open up just a little bit more. Look up. Good. And on your exhalation, we're going to come up to tabletop. So bring your blanket with you, pad your knees, use that support of your props. I like to make sure there's no wrinkles in my blanket. And then take your knees right under your hips, take your hands under your shoulders, and spread those fingers nice and wide. We're going to press into all the joints of the fingers. That's super good for any arthritis. We're just going to bring some blood flow into those joints. And then pay particular attention to that space between the pointer finger and the thumb. Press into that area as well. Protect your wrist. And on your inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, keep those shoulders away from the ears, and we'll come into a cow pose. Tailbone lifts. And on your exhalation round, press the mat away. Bring the belly into the spine, draw the spine up toward the ceiling. Inhale again, come into your cow pose, cat pose, and cow pose. And exhale, come into that Halloween cat shape. We'll take 3 more. Let me just be quiet. Move with your breath. Excellent. On this next one, come into neutral. And we're going to take some hip circles. So hips circle in whatever direction feels right for you. We'll be off our knees very shortly. If this bothers your knees, you can come on up to downward facing dog and wait for us there. Switch directions here. It might feel good to take a little figure 8. Whatever feels good, just move those hips. And then find stillness. We're going to take our hands a little farther, maybe a couple of inches forward. Continue to spread the fingers nice and wide, and then tuck your toes here. So really tuck your toes. We'll get a nice stretch of the feet as we do. And then lift your knees off the mat using the strength of your legs. Lift on up, and we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So here we are in down dog, so you might adjust it a little bit, and then you might want to walk your dog. I know Sophie heard that. She's all excited now. We'll be just a little while, Sophie. So bend one knee and then the other, and continue kind of looking back towards your knees, or maybe thinking about looking towards your navel, so that the back of the neck is really relaxed. And then pause here, press those heels toward the floor, straighten your legs a little bit more, and breathe. Here we are, down dog. So one of the best stretches for the back. So the more you lift your hips, the more you press into your palms. You're going to feel those shoulders getting engaged, the arms, and the legs getting a nice stretch. Take one more breath in, and as you exhale, move your blanket out of the way and take a nice slow walk to the front of your mat and come into forward fold. So head under heart here. Really good for us. Bring some blood flow into the brain. And have enough of a bend in your knee to protect your lower back. So whatever you need, make sure you honor your body. And then see if you can find your elbows and just let your head just kind of relax. Back of the neck is soft. The face is soft. You can even close your eyes here in this forward fold. Slow, smooth breath. Shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Good. We'll come to stillness. Release your fingertips to the floor and rise up halfway. So Ardha Uttanasana, draw the shoulders back. Make that little half table with your body. So we're just making shapes and breathing. Very simple. Exhale, fold forward. Let your fingertips graze the floor. And then on your inhale, bend your knees, root into your feet to rise. Reach your arms up. Send those fingertips up to the sky and look up. Good. Take a nice big breath in here. And as you exhale, flip your palms. Take your hands back to your lower back. Place the palms on the lower back. And then squeeze your elbows in toward one another. And look up again, lean back. Little back bend, just as much as you need. Again, honoring your body. Breathing in. Good. And on your exhalation, release that, swan dive forward. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Come into your forward fold again. We'll move a little faster here, just matching our breath to our movement. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Take your hands to the floor and step your right leg back, all the way back to the back of your mat. So fingertips come to the floor. And you might rock forward and back slightly, just stretching that right leg. Good. And then we're going to take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Spin the right foot to flat. And then we're going to take our right arm overhead and get a nice little stretch here. Side stretch. So see if your right foot, the right side of your right foot wants to come up. See if you can press the whole right foot into the floor. Good. Breathe here. And then, if you like, staying here is completely perfect. If you like, bring your left arm, and here you are in side angle pose. So left arm comes up to the left thigh, quadricep. Make sure it's not on the knee. And then the left arm is, left palm is facing up. And here we are, getting a side stretch in this right side body. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. When you're ready, we're going to breathe in and come on up. Warrior two. Look at that, like magic. We're in warrior two. So extend your arms from your shoulders and reach out. Look over your left fingertips. Good. Breathe in. Lift that left arm up. Lean back. Peaceful warrior. You can even take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and lean back a little bit more. Sky archer. Look under that left arm. Keep pressing into the right foot. This is no joke, right? Inhale. And then exhale. We're going to spin the right foot so it's facing forward. Come to frame the left foot. And then take your hands to the floor. Step all the way back with your left foot. Here we are in plank. Holy moly. Who knew? Who knew 2021 was going to be so fantastic already? Rock forward and back, and then come forward, lower all the way down to your belly. Let the tops of your feet rest on the floor. Make a pillow with your hands and take a well-deserved rest. Shake out your hips, Sophie shake. Breathe in and breathe out. Excellent. So we're going to take 2 Sphinx poses today. Here's the first one. So your elbows come underneath your shoulders, and then again, draw those shoulders back and down away from the ears, shine your heart, and little compression in the lower back. So just honor your back. Only come up as high as you are ready. This is just a passive yin pose here. So breathe in, breathe out. Excellent. Let's take 2 more breaths. Nice. Nice. And when you're ready, we can lower down. Take your hands to the outsides of your shoulders. And before we do anything, let's squeeze those elbows in toward your toward one another, so your shoulder blades are drawing together. And then press yourself up. Bring your knees wide as your mat, and then sink back into your first child's pose. So this is a nice release for the lower back. Again, if your knees are sensitive, you can tuck something underneath your knees. But we'll take 3 breaths here in this child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Nice, long, slow inhalation and a fantastic releasing exhalation. I think I like that word today, fantastic. It's very expressive. Good. On your next inhalation, we'll come up through tabletop. We'll take our downward facing dog, lifting our hips. Good. Walk your dog because that always feels good. Sorry, Sophie, I'm just teasing, we're not walking yet. She always perks up when I say that. When you're ready, you know what? You can bend your knees and take a little hop to the front of your mat if you so desire, but I'm just going to take a walk, come back into our forward fold, and we'll take that other side. So come into your forward fold of choice. Let your head release. You might want to reach with your peace fingers for the big toes and draw your elbows out. Take a little bit deeper. Maybe your legs come a little bit straighter here. A little bit deeper forward fold. Whatever you do, keep the neck and the face and everything soft and your breath long and smooth. Take one more breath in and another breath out. And on your inhalation, we'll come up to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then on your exhalation, slowly fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up, all the way up, looking up. Let your palms touch. And see if you can continue looking up and lean back. Come into your back bend. Just a gentle back bend, or maybe you take your hands back to your lower back, drawing your elbows toward one another, squeezing those scapula toward one another. Back bend. Breathe in. And on your exhalation, slowly fold forward. Come into your forward fold. Good. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. And exhale. We'll take our fingertips to the floor. Step back with your left leg. Come into that long lunge. Stretch the left leg. Maybe rock forward and back. Get that stretch in the back toe, the toes of the left foot. Nice. Beautiful. And as you're ready, we'll take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. We'll spin the left foot to flat. Lift that left arm up. And then reach it overhead. Reach it to a side angle here. So keep pressing into the left side of the left foot. And this is perfect. You can stay here with your fingertips on the floor or bring your right arm up to the right thigh. And here we are in a side angle. Beautiful. So reach, get that side stretch, reaching those left fingertips forward, opening up the side body on the left side here. Breathe in and breathe out. On your exhalation, we'll rise up. Come on up to warrior two. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears. Send those fingertips out from your shoulders. Gaze over the right fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale, lift that right arm up, take your reverse, and decide if you want to reach up with your left arm, your left hands, and take your sky archer here. Good, breathing in, keeping that right knee drawing toward the right pinky toe, right knee over right ankle, left foot planted firmly. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your left foot, spin it forward. Take your hands down to the floor. Again, no joke. Take your right foot back to meet the left. Good job. You can come through table, lowering your knees to the floor, or rock forward and lower all the way down to the floor. Make a pillow, whatever direction your head was turning the last time, just turn it in the opposite direction and give your neck a little break. Sophie, shake it out. Shake your hips. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. On your next breath, bring your forehead to center. We'll come into our second back bend here, our sphinx pose. So you're ready for it. So let your palms rest on the floor, your elbows under your shoulders, and just breathe in here. So maybe you're ready for a little bit more here, lifting your heart, shining your heart, breathing in and breathing out. Nice job. We have some construction going on out my window, so Whatever happens, we just breathe through it, right? Let's take one more breath in. And on the exhalation, lower down. Take your hands to frame your shoulders. Draw those elbows in. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And then bring yourself up through table. And for your child's pose, bring your knees nice and wide. Toes, big toes touch. And lower your forehead to the floor. Extend your arms forward. And take 3 breaths here. You can lower your elbows to the floor. And if you like, you can even take your hands back behind you, reaching for the outsides of your feet if your shoulders need a little break. So nice full breaths here. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let's take one more breath. Excellent work. As you're ready, I'm going to take your hands to the floor. Press yourself up. We're going to come back to our seat. Take your blanket if you have it close by. Hopefully you do. Give yourself a little perch and bring your feet together in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. So many names for these shapes. This is an inner thigh stretch, so bring your feet to touch. And you can adjust your cobbler's pose. You can bring your feet a little farther. You can bring them closer in, depending on what kind of a stretch you want. We're going to be here for just a little bit. So this is a nice place. If your knees are up high, if you have blocks, you can even use a couple of books. If you have War and Peace or a family Bible, you can tuck them underneath your legs. And then sit up nice and tall. Draw those shoulders down your back. Smile. Take a full breath in, and on your exhalation, we're just going to come forward. We're going to come forward, and we're going to pause here in another yin pose. And so only come as far as you're ready. The pose will eventually settle into your body. You'll be able to kind of relax into it once you start allowing yourself to. So just breathe here. Another passive pose. You don't have to do much. Just soften where you can. Soften the face, the brow, the jaw. Just allow yourself to slump forward. This is permission to slump. We counteract with some heart openers, but here we can stretch the upper back and the lower back by just allowing the weight of our head and our body to take us into our stretch. See if you can soften the legs. Nice. So I have some homework for you this week, if you choose. So for next week, between now and next week, I want you to think about ways to make your home a sanctuary for yourself. I'm sure you've already thought about this. And then send me either a hand-drawn picture or a photograph of some of your ideas. So for me, I know you noticed I always light this candle. I love my Thistle Farms candle. Love heals, that's their slogan that's on my t-shirt. So I like to support them, but I always light a candle just to kind of create a sacred space. So I might take a picture of my candle, but you might have some other ideas. So maybe fresh flowers, or you have a room in your house that is your practice room, your meditation room. Just send us some pictures and I'll share them on the video for next week. So you can send it to me at connie@conniebowman.com. You can always go to my website, which is conniebowman.com, and you can send it through that if you forget. I don't want you to think too much. But anyway, little homework. If you feel like participating. If not, no biggie, but I thought we would share with others what we do to make our home a sanctuary. Okay, so let's take a couple more breaths here. See if you can soften a little bit more, maybe come forward even a little bit more. You can even walk your hands forward. Good. And as you're ready, just slowly let your back adjust as you use your abs to rise up, coming up. And take your props out of the way. Take your hands to the outsides of your legs and gently let them come on up. Bring your feet about hip width. Take your hands behind you and give yourself some windshield washer movement here just to get the outer hips. Good. And then we'll bring our leg, or one leg, inside to the inside of the other and cross the other leg across. No rules here today. We're just going to take a nice gentle twist. So give yourself a hug or take this arm to the inside, depending on how your shoulder's feeling. And then take the opposite hand around to the back and press your fingers into the floor and take your twist, taking your gaze over that shoulder. And once you get into this twist, inhale, lift and lengthen. And let your exhalation take you deeper into the twist. And we'll stay for 2 more breaths, so you have a couple more chances here. Breathe in. Let it go. Nice. One more. Excellent. Unwind slowly, and we'll just take it to the other side. So cross the other leg. So it does help if you're sitting up on your perch. You can take your twist. So giving yourself a hug. Some prefer the hug. Some prefer the arm extended. And just use your other arm to prop yourself up. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, take your twist. So we're twisting from the opposite outer ribs, thinking about the mid back. Good. Let's take one more breath together. And use your exhalation to unwind. Good job. Take your perch out from underneath you. We're going to come back to our backs. Give yourself that knee squeeze again. Hugging your knees into your chest because it's just so nice, so fantastic. Good. And then as you're ready, take your feet to the floor about hip width. Take your hands to the floor. Snuggle your shoulders in. And then lift your hips up toward the sky, coming into your bridge pose. Now, bridge is super good for sleep. So if you're having insomnia issues, come into a bridge pose a couple times during the day and see if you can hold it a little longer than we normally do. So breathing through it. And we're going to take do another exercise that's also good for sleep right before our Savasana. So have no fear, we're working on that. All those resolutions, better sleep, hydration, creating a sanctuary in your home, all those things that help us live happy, healthy lives. That's 2021, right? Might as well go for it. Let's take one more breath in, and then we'll exhale as we slowly lower down. You might want to hug your knees into your chest, or you might want to release one leg and just hug the other knee in. And then we'll gently guide it across the body for our simple twist, releasing the arm out to a T and turning your gaze in the direction of the extended arm. Breathe here. Good. Try to open that shoulder a little more, relax the face, soften the jaw. Take another breath here. Inhale. And then exhale to release back. Extend that leg long. Just notice the difference between the right and the left side. And then go ahead, let's hug this other knee in and gently guide it across the body, opening up that opposite arm, taking your gaze in that direction. So I like to have my hand on my leg just so I can kind of keep a little weight there, encouraging the twist. Breathe in. Let go. Maybe you get a little spinal adjustment here. No extra charge. Let's take one more breath in. And as you exhale, just come back to your back. Extend both legs long. Let's take one full body stretch here and get really long. Breathe in. And as you exhale, hands come down to your sides and let your palms come into Savasana, palms face up. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, snuggle those shoulders. And then we're going to bring our heels to touch. So this is toe tapping, which is an exercise that is also good for sleep. So insomnia, if you're waking up in the middle of the night for whatever reason, this is going to help. So the heels touch, and then we just tap the insides of the balls of our feet together, and we kind of get a little aggressive about it. You're going to notice that your legs get involved. So just begin tapping, tapping, tapping. Good. I have a video on my YouTube channel about this. I learned it at a retreat years ago. And so you can work your way up to 2 minutes, which seriously engages your hips and your quads. And eventually you can work your way up to 3 sessions of, see, I can't even talk while I'm doing this. 3 sessions of 2 minutes with rests in between, okay? So let's just go for another, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. Let's focus here. That's for me. Let's focus. Good. Keep tapping. You're doing great. We're all doing great. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Let it go. Just bring your legs out wide on your mat. Allow yourself to just settle in. Nothing left to do. Just let the whole body feel the support of the floor beneath you. And just be here. Allow the practice to integrate. Allow your nervous system to settle. This is from Jan Richardson. I love her writing. It's called The Year as a House, a Blessing. Think of the year as a house. Door flung wide in welcome, threshold swept and waiting, a graced spaciousness, opening and offering itself to you. Let it be blessed in every room. Let it be hallowed in every corner. Let every nook be a refuge, and every object set to holy use. Let it be here that safety will rest. Let it be here that health will make its home. Let it be here that peace will show its face. Let it be here that love will find its way. Here, let the weary come. Let the aching come. Let the lost come. Let the sorrowing come. Here. Let them find their rest, and let them find their soothing, and let them find their place, and let them find their delight. And may it be in this house of a year that the seasons will spin in beauty. And may it be in these turning days that time will spiral with joy. And may it be that its rooms will fill with ordinary grace and light spill from every window to welcome the stranger home. Begin to deepen your breath. Make small movements, wiggling fingers and toes, moving the head from side to side. Always the option to stay right where you are in your own sanctuary. But if you're ready, roll to one side and just pause in that fetal position and notice how you feel, how your practice has transformed you in some way. And then using the strength of your arms, join me in a comfortable seat, propping yourself up. And just lift your heart, lower your shoulders, and close your eyes. Pausing here, just for a moment, noticing how perhaps there is that potential for a little more stillness, which you might enjoy after this practice. That is the intention of yoga, is to prepare us for meditation. And just to close this practice, we'll reach our arms out wide, squeeze those shoulder blades together, give like you're going to give somebody a big ol' hug. One day we will be hugging again. And then inhale your arms up to the sky, let your palms touch, draw them down right into your sweet heart, lower your chin to your chest, and just take a moment to acknowledge your amazing, fantastic, happy, healthy life. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Send me your drawings, your photographs, whatever inspires you to create a sanctuary in your home. Connie at conniebowman.com. Until next week, namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Connie.